really just trying to float a balloon, just give everybody an idea.
I'd recommend we get this strip thing done, slip, what's that called again?
Slip form.
You know, get us the slip form numbers and see what the difference is. But we're gonna have problems, Ron's right, you're gonna have people who took care of their curb, and now they're gonna be paying for something that they didn't have there before. Alright, so we need are we gonna table, approve, or deny the committee of the borough administration for options for performing street work on Dolphin Avenue?
I would table it for now until we get some more.
Okay, motion tables, second, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? You guys have it. We're talking as early as the 26th, right? Cambridge Avenue Culvert and pedestrian bridge. And we have one change order to do.
Yes.
Alright, so, motion is needed to, I'll make a motion to approve, recommended council to pay change order number 1 in the amount of $6,000, CMS. Okay, a motion to second, all those in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it. Administration of Police Department needs study.
Meister has finished the comparison, the cost analysis for the 4 different options, other than Tom Bellairs was at 1235 Penn Avenue, June 4th. I'm waiting for the written report so that Bill Meister can insert the appraised value of that property into the cost analysis, and then everything will be ready for discussion.
At that point, the subcommittee would meet and we go from there.
Yes.
Okay. All right, any other questions on that? All right, Public Works Garage, we got a lot of stuff to do here. Anything you want to talk about in excess of this, these applications?
No, these are just, there's many subcontractors, hence all the invoices, but it's going pretty well. I'm gonna say September-ish, we might be moving in here.
Great.
Possibly. It's a long process, but it's gonna be nice, yeah. And I don't say that, because we need it. I mean, we have too many people and too many vehicles for what was there, and this would be a big benefit.
You didn't say palatial.
Yeah, it's not palatial. It's 4 walls.
Right.
You gotta
say that, so
Yeah.
Janet corrected you.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't say that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we have Public Works Garage, we have payment application 7 to Baltic Construction for a total of $149,083.01. I would need a motion to recommend.
So moved. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve payment application number 7 to $149,083.01 to Baltic Construction. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I will abstain due to my employment at Tompkins Financial. Then we have payment application number 2 for Guard Spinal Electric has been for $120,373.64. We would need a motion, a recommendation to approve payment.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I will abstain. We pay application number 3 from A.H. Moyer Plumbing in the amount of $54,592.01. We would need a motion to recommend the council to approve that.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I will abstain. Payment application number 2, for A.H. Moyer, the HVAC has been for $40,230. We need a recommendation to move or not to move the council.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve, recommended council pay application number 2, $40,230 to A.H. Moyer. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I will abstain due to my employment status. Payment application number 2 to Accelerate Fire Protection Inc. has been in the amount of $29,925. We will need a motion to move that on the council.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second to forward to payment application number 2 to Accelerate Fire Protection, $29,925. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And I will abstain from that also. Fast Bridge Fiber, I haven't seen them.
They're around,
I've
here and
seen-
there. It seems like it's mostly taking it from what they put in previous into the houses, but they're still around.
Complaints have significantly died off though.
Someone has a project, the bids were due June 11th.
Yeah. And there's a recommendation letter that McCarthy's office issued to award it to Construction Master Services for the base scope of work at 534-212. We have about 600,000 in funding between grant funding and the borough's required match. So one of the things we discussed when we met to review the bid opening last week was we're assuming there's gonna be change orders, cause there's always change orders, but in the case that there's not, there's a couple additional sections that we would bring back to infrastructure to talk about doing a change order to add work on. So the base bid covers everything that you see in blue. What we talked about, if there's no change orders as part of this base work, doing a change order to add on would probably be in the vicinity of the tennis courts, either adding some bleachers or, just some simple things we could do there with minimal additional disturbance. But the good news is we could do at least that primary area shown in blue with the funding we already have.
Which includes the parking lot, right?
Correct.
Who uses bleachers over at the high school?
No one, but we do have an agreement with the high school to use those courts.
Yeah, but.
The bleacher cost? We're not there yet, but yes, if we would get there.
Or we could do something else.
They
Okay.
could even spend 2 or 3,000
Still has,
fingers, so.
Okay, so,
There is no motion on the
There's no
agenda
motion on
because
the
of the
agenda.
timing of this, so Jim is going to put a motion on his report for council meeting to authorize awarding the project to
and when would the
Siemens.
project start?
I actually spoke with them today, they'd be ready to start in August, the time they
Would
get
it be
shot.
done by next July?
They won't have it done by,
Third.
no, they won't have it done by November first, they'll only be done for this paving season, is their plan. And they felt that with that reduced scope of work doing the base bid, they could do that, and they also were fine with holding their item number prices in the bid if we wanted to add a change order. They said the only thing would be like if it was bleachers, saying the bleacher contractor rated, supplier raised the price of bleachers, they would wanna adjust it for that. But for paving, if we had paths, paving, that kind of work, if they're self-performing, all of it, they would hold their bid number, so.
So I would assume that we're gonna get change orders, like you said, but if we don't, worst case scenario, we just extend some of the paving and be done with it. Okay.
I hate to say it, I'm talking with them this morning, they don't expect any new
Change orders, so then we need to start
This is what we're doing
prioritizing what
after
we wanna add to the change, to the process.
Cause we're very little utilities out there, that ends up being your big.
Simple as far as the project.
It's not like we're working down, we're not working where we have like 7 sewer interceptors running down Parkside Drive South.
If we found something we didn't know we had, you never know.
Sure.
Stranger
Fine,
things happen.
Old wooden there.
So that ends at the bridge, the pedestrian bridge?
Yes,
So worst case scenario, we could just keep going, if you're going across the bridge,
go west, yeah.
yeah, go west and get it up the hill there.
Are there any changes to what you fought over months ago?
No, it's the same thing was rebid.
Right, so there's no.
The less
there's no-
parking spaces.
So there's no need to say anything to anyone in the borough
We're
other
going
than.
forward with a
normal-
project at a lower cost.
Right.
As a result of that.
Everything else is. What's it?
And less parking, reduced number of parking.
Okay. I like it, good work. Park land study,
There is a Parklands walking tour scheduled for next Wednesday, weather permitting. Bring your shade umbrella and maybe a self-mister. Though we are starting in the morning to hopefully beat the heat. So otherwise, Florida Theater and Berks Nature are gonna be participating in the 4th of July parade, just to continue to get public input, public knowledge of the project. That's really the only update we have at this time.
any other questions on that? Any questions? Okay, hearing none, let rule update.
Lead rule, the deadline, as you know, is October. We're feeding NTEC as much information as we have. We're kind of in the last phase. Berkshire Heights area, there is very little information going back. There's a lot of meter pits over there in front yards as opposed to the meters being in the house. And we're hoping that this works. If we can get into the meter pit and see, hey, there's copper pipe going from the meter to the house. Get in the house, hey, there's copper coming through the wall there. That there's some phrasing in the DEP regulations that statistical analysis, if you have enough of a percentage that you can prove, hey, it's copper here, it's copper there, will take your whole neighborhood. I hope that's the case, but we will see.
Good.
For pool repairs, we have a payment application to be paid to recommend the council to pay, so, I'll make a recommendation to council for payment application number 3 of $53,889.00 to S.J. Thomas Company, and recommend moving it on to council.
Second.
Oh, I do have a question. It says pay application number 3, but then the motion says number 4. Okay, so is it, is 3?
Number
then?
3.
It's 3, okay. So we're gonna, motions for number 3. Motions for number 3, we have a second. Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, moving forward. Commonwealth Charter Academy.
I think we have anything new on that. I need to reach out to them to see if they're willing to do it on the basis of the borough having no responsibility whatsoever for destroying their electronic sidewalk if we do any work in the sidewalk. So I need to follow up with them. So I would just roll that over.
So we will, I make a motion, we table recommending the waiver request to council.
Second.
Motion is second, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it, moving forward. Split rail fence in the parklands.
Ron, this was put on at your request, so
Thank you. Yeah, we talked about this, one of the other fun meetings we have about replacing the missing split rail fence that went from the old Beatty property, which is the first turn around Old Wyomissing Road up to Bruce Bridge. And the Boy Scouts have said that they're very interested in the project for the Boy Scouts, Sons of the Boy Scout project. So what we would have to do basically is just help them, with Jim's help, to figure out how they do this stuff, and they would do it. So it's a question of how much it would cost and do we want to do it. That was there for years and fell apart and they're put back together again.
And where is this again? Do we have a map of this thing?
I have no
Picture of it?
idea that.
How many feet of
I'd say, it's
fences?
like, what do you think, Jim, 120 feet?
I don't know as it always went all the way down to the Beatty's house.
No.
No, I agree, but it's that side of the road from some
From the
point.
Bruce Bridge down to,
It went from, well, now it's, used to be Fry's property,
right,
and then it ran down, and it was short of the bridge.
it might be, let's say 150 feet.
Yeah. And it would
It's
be,
a heck of a.
Seems like a big project for the Boy Scouts.
well,
That's,
they've already said that they would be interested in doing it, and they also said that they would also, which I was surprised, but that's something that we could talk about with you guys, is that they would drill the post holes too, which is the most difficult part, and the rest is vertical, horizontal, put one in, going down the road.
We've had many Eagle Scout projects, Boy Scout projects, and sometimes they work out well, but a lot of times the hand holding isn't worth it. Depends on the project and the kids involved.
is there a way we can narrow the scale of it? I mean, are we talking about along the creek,
Yeah.
across from Fry's house,
Right.
where
Creek side.
there used to be like, isn't there a wall there now?
No,
There's a deteriorated old wall in the creek,
Yeah.
in it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a way we can narrow the scope of it to just cover from the end of one tree to the end of another tree or
Say
something?
we limit it
there's no trees.
limited
Well, Just
to,
bushes there.
limited to 50 feet or 100 feet.
Well, I totally agree with you. From the Beatty property, I said that because it's a point of interest that people might remember, but,
It wasn't interesting to me because I never heard of it.
okay. Well, at any rate, there is shrubbery of some sort from where that house used to be, that we're not looking at cutting it back,
Isn't that the,
extending it.
didn't someone run it over with a car,
No.
the old fence,
Oh, that's gotta get by car.
multiple times?
Some.
Right.
Flood took it out.
Huh?
That's what I mean, so we replace it, now
Yeah,
flood
flood
comes up,
does.
we're gonna
Yeah, one
it's gonna be
flood took
flooded
flooding.
again.
Flooding takes
Not
you
as
out.
it is.
No, we're not, no, we're not.
But I think if you wanted to pursue it, I would say from Roos Bridge heading downstream for 100 feet, right, 100 feet.
But then
There
there's
is
gonna-
no bushes
But then
there.
there's gonna be a gap.
No, it's big, it's an end.
Right.
It's not, it's not fencing for any
Yeah, it's
purpose
not
other than a
guardrail.
visual.
It's only aesthetic.
kind of
Yes,
aesthetic.
there was an end before, but it was in the middle.
Right.
We used, at the deepest part of that is where the fence was. And we used to take out those fences and draft, take the fire trucks and draft water out of the creek and dump it back into the creek again.
Why don't you do this? Why don't we try to figure out where the best spot is, if we're gonna allow them to do it, where the best spot is, because I think along that, where that wall used to be, which is really close to the road, I think that's just gonna get hit and flooded out every time it happens, and we know we get floods.
How about, I will take some pictures and at the next meeting, we'll look at the pictures.
It's fine.
We had at the time, traffic on that road. There's no traffic on that road now, that was not there before, you went right through, you drove down the road and went the other end. Now there's no traffic there for any sense of purposes, except your guys, and a few cars driving 2 miles an hour down there, just wandering down.
Been that way for 30 years.
Yeah, well, I know, but the fence hasn't been there for 30 years. It's not down.
No, a fence has been there more recently, hasn't it?
Yes. Yes.
It's been a long
It
time.
hasn't been there for 25 years and I've lived there, so it's going for 25 years, maybe not 30.
I'm sorry, I thought it was there, too. All right, take some pictures, I'll make a comment, I'll second the motion to table the, discussion on the the Roos Bridge split rail fence. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed?